everyone, and welcome to Cherries Red Army and our latest transfer show video. There's a done deal on the table. Joe Rothwell, he signed for AFC Bournemouth on a free transfer. More of that to come very, very soon. If you're new to the channel though, please subscribe. Hit the like button at some point in this video, and we want to get your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's get stuck into this deal. A deal we shouldn't be surprised with. We were in for Joe Rothwell in January. He had a contract that was running down. He wasn't interested in signing a new deal at Blackburn. We were trying to get something over the line. It didn't quite happen, but clearly Scott Parker likes this player. He wanted this player, and we've got him now on a free transfer. You have to say probably a better deal than what we would have got in January. But let's talk about the player then. He is age 27, should be in his peak and his prime. He played at Oxford prior to Blackburn, and at Blackburn he had 4 seasons. Last season was ultimately his best return of a season with 10 assists and 3 goals. Prior to that, in his 3 seasons before the 21-22 season, he had low numbers of assists and goals. But when we look at Joe Rothwell and you hear about Joe Rothwell, you hear a player that's a counter-attacking midfielder, centrally, naturally, very good on the ball, technically likes to drive a team up the field. But as I said, his best return was last season. So interested to see whether he could make this step up to the Premier League. The deal itself then, from a financial point of view, is a very good deal. It's a free transfer, which means we've only paid out for a salary. You wouldn't expect the salary to be too ridiculous because he's coming from the Championship. It's not like he was in the Premier League already. The player fitting into the club at AFC Bournemouth is another counter-attacking midfielder. We do have Phil Billing. We do have Marcondes. Do I think he's better than Billing? I don't think he is. I don't think he's far away from probably being at the level of Phil Billing. Can I still see Phil Billing and Rothwell playing in the same team? No, because I think we'll set up to try and be organised and try and control games or try and stay in football matches. So I don't expect us to have too much expansive play. So I expect a Billing with Lerma or Cook, or a Rothwell with Lerma or Cook. Look, we might see a Rothwell and Billing in the team at times, maybe likely when we're chasing the game. But I think whoever's in form will get the nod. What does this do for the likes of Marcondes? Well, we'll have to see, because Marcondes has got a good deal, but that he's a big fan favourite. But yeah, he's probably going to be down the pecking order even more than he was last season. Now, someone who does know Joe Rothwell quite well is RoversChat. I kindly got in contact with them. They've given me some information about Joe Rothwell because we've only probably seen bits and parts of him. They told me, to start with, I'd suggest we always knew he had the ability to be a real game changer for the team throughout his time here, but we only seem to realistically see it in the last year of his contract. This really frustrated the Rovers fans. When he is on his game, he is unstoppable in the Championship. He'd pick up the ball from deep, he'd get us forward, and we had evidently missed him when he was out of the side. You look at a game we're losing and think, if only we had Joe Rothwell. I'm not entirely sure if he'll make it in the Premier League. The inconsistency worries me, and the fact that Bournemouth, with respect, will have less ball and be underdogs in a lot of matches. The move has left a sour taste for a lot of supporters at Blackburn, but I've tried to answer this as honest as I can. I wish him all the best for the future. I hope he does succeed. I'm just not convinced he will. Some interesting stuff there coming from RoversChat then, because when you look at his stats overall, they are very good. But when you look at his form, it did dip during January when we were trying to buy him. And then he didn't really kick in again till about the 15th of March when he got his next assist, almost putting himself back in the shop window, trying to get a decent move once the season had ended. But I think this is a good move for Rothwell. I hope he's not a player that just turns up every now and again, because we're going to need players to turn up week in, week out, because we're going to need to pick up as many points as we can. But the club are clearly looking at deals on free transfers. We're going to be looking at loans. You can understand this move, and not just looking at the Premier League. We hope the players that come in will take the squad on a little bit. They can perform week in, week out. But if the worst was to happen and we end up back in the Championship, Joe Rothwell in the Championship would be a decent player. So it's looking at the now. It's also looking at the future, because we never know what's going to happen. I want to get your thoughts on this comment, summarising this deal. Overall, when you look at the pros, the cons, the done deal, is a transfer hit for me. He adds to the squad. He gives us that flexibility. We'll see how he works. It even will put a little bit of pressure on Philip Billing, and it will mean that more players know they have to play at their ultimate best. Otherwise, they're going to be out of the team. So let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think it's a hit? Do you think it's a miss? Sitting on the fence? Are you unsure of the deal that we've done? But that's Joe Rothwell through the door for AFC Bournemouth on a free transfer. More transfers to come. Subscribe to Cherries Red Army. Hit the like button. Get your thoughts below. And we'll see you on the next video. Up the cherries.